Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for those of you sitting in the first 15 rows, you are in the soak zone. There's a good chance that during our experience today, you'll be getting very, very wet. If you want to avoid being soaked with ice cold salt water, you might want to move to higher and drier ground.
The ocean covers over 70% of the Earth's surface and is essential to all life, both in the sea and on the land. There's one animal that is the perfect ambassador for the ocean, and that's the orca, or killer whale. In just a few minutes, you'll meet SeaWorld's killer whales. First though, let's find out more about these remarkable animals. Orca, or the killer whale, is the most widely distributed mammal on Earth. They can be found throughout the ocean, all around the world, including in the Arctic, the Atlantic, the Southern, the Indian, and the Pacific Oceans. No other single marine species lives in as many different ocean habitats or is as directly reliant on as many different types of marine life as the killer whale. More than any other marine animal, the orca is the very embodiment of our shared global ocean. Until about 2 decades ago, scientists didn't know that there were actually several different varieties or ecotypes of killer whales. With effort and observation, however, we discovered that there are actually 10 distinct ecotypes, each differing in size, behavior, diet, lifestyle, and appearance. A striking characteristic of the orca is their black and white skin. This camouflage is called disrupted coloration. In a murky environment, this coloration can make them difficult to detect. Killer whales are counter-shaded. Their top surface is darker than their surface underneath. From below, looking up, they blend in with the light from above. From above, looking down, they're invisible against the dark depths. Killer whales are warm-blooded and breathe air just like we do. Killer whales are the largest members of the Delphinidae, or dolphin family. As you can see, they have impressive physical characteristics. Orcas have keen eyesight, both above and below the water. The dorsal fin of an adult male can be up to 6 feet in height. Powerful pectoral flippers and tail fluke can propel them through the water at a high rate of speed with great maneuverability. Their top speed is nearly 30 miles per hour. Killer whales use echolocation to hunt and to communicate. Communication is also accomplished through tail slaps, breaching, and vocalizations. You'll experience a variety of natural killer whale behaviors during Orca Encounter today. We ask our whales to replicate natural behaviors such as breaching, spy hopping, and tail slaps. While awe-inspiring and entertaining for our guests, these behaviors are also essential to maintaining the health and well-being of the killer whales in our care. Much remains to be understood regarding the orca. One thing we do know, however, is that across the globe, they face real challenges as the general health of the prey populations and habitats on which killer whales depend suffer due to changes in the environment. In just a few moments, you'll encounter SeaWorld's killer whales and learn even more about these fascinating animals. As the most widely distributed mammal on Earth, the killer whale is uniquely positioned to represent the beauty, power, and fragility of the ocean.
Hi everyone, my name's Justin. On behalf of our training team, I'd like to welcome you to Orca Encounter. I've been a trainer for 12 years. Being an animal trainer is not just a job, it's a way of life. We've dedicated our professional and personal lives to these animals. It's a huge responsibility and the ultimate privilege for us to care for, teach, learn from, and build relationships with our killer whales. We're proud of what we do, and we are honored to share what we've learned through our relationships with all of you today. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you'll enjoy Orca Encounter.
Our world has one interconnected ocean. A vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the ocean's beauty than the killer whale.
They live in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the Pacific and beyond.
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
Waves rolling in,
that was our killer whale family showing off their size, speed, power, and problem-solving abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations to care about our natural world, and today we're excited to share their story with all of you. Good boy.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment that's full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today you'll see our whales do behaviors together in unison. Synchronizing their movements and working as a team strengthens their social bonds and helps make them the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orcas orca, but they're more commonly known as killer whales. Our 5 whales all have their own names. Their names are Katina, Nalani, Malia, Trua, and Makayo. Makayo is our youngest at 9 years old, and our oldest is Makayo and Nalani's mom, Katina. She's 43 years old. Katina is the matriarch or leader of our pod. Our whales trust us, and they take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through positive reinforcement training techniques, we teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. One of the first things that we teach our whales to do is called a fluke present, where they present their tail flukes to a trainer. Not only does this allow us to get a great look at their entire body, but it also gives us access to veins, which are very easily seen on the white underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians collect a blood sample from our whales at least once a month, and our whales are taught to stay calm and relaxed throughout. This afternoon, Shannon and Jackie are giving the whales a tail massage. They have very sensitive skin, and this is a great way for us to build our relationships with our killer whales. Now, blood samples are just one way that we can make sure that our whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing our killer whales. We weigh them twice a month. We're able to do that by asking them to slide their body up and out of the water onto a killer whale size scale that we have in one of our adjacent pools. Nalani here on the right weighs about 4,200 pounds. Malia on the left weighs about 4,400 pounds. Right now you'll notice that the portion of their body from their dorsal fin to their tail flukes is in the water. That's a very strong muscle called a peduncle, and it weighs several hundred pounds. So with that in the water, we wouldn't get an accurate weight. We're able to solve that problem by simply asking the whales to lift their tails up and out of the water. And this way, we can make sure that our younger whales continue to grow and our adult whales maintain a healthy body.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Hey everyone, we're over here on the left-hand side of the stadium, and I'm joined by Deacon, who's all the way from Scotland. We're talking about observational learning and mimicry. It's a really important part of life for a killer whale. From the moment they're born, they learn necessary life skills by watching and playing follow the leader with their moms and other whales, and our whales play follow the leader with us too. So we're going to put that to the test today with you, Deacon, okay? All right, we are going to play with Malia today. Excellent. All right, first thing I'm going to have you do is give her a treat. Very nice. This is one of her favorite fish. We're going to have you pick that fish and toss it into her mouth. Pretty good. Good job. We're going to follow it up with one more here, too. All right, we're going to play a game of Simon Says, Deacon, okay? So she's watching you very closely. I want you to turn around in a circle. Go ahead. Spin around like ballerina. There we go. Nice moves. Woo, there we go. Nice hula from Aaliyah. Very good. Let's try one more, okay? All right, now I want you to march in place. Go ahead. March, 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 march. And Aaliyah march with her tail flutes. Very good. So you can see she's paying very close attention to Deacon. They're very curious animals. Our whales can frequently be seen spy hopping or even jumping completely out of the water to get a better view of their surroundings while they're playing. So we're going to demonstrate that with a jump that's called a sighting bow. It's going to be jump at the stage. Do you remember the cue that I taught you before? All right. So point your finger at the ground and swipe up toward the flagpole. Go ahead. Let's try one more time. Over here, Malia. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, swipe! She got it that time. Excellent. All right, crowd, you guys can all help us out. When Malia got that sighting bow on stage, let's give her a great big cheer.
That was pretty cute over there. I see what's going on. I think the kids are showing off, but that's all right. Hey everybody, I'm over here on the right-hand side of the pool. My name is Nick, and I'm hanging out here with my new friend Josh. And more importantly, Josh and I are hanging out with Katina. Now, Katina is the boss lady around here. She's the matriarch of our pod, and she is a rock star. So we're gonna do an even bigger jump. We're gonna do a jump called a breach. Now, killer whales breach when they're playing. They may breach to get a better look around, but most often, killer whales breach to show off. Isn't that right? That's right. That's a killer whale's way of saying, hey everybody, I'm here. All right, Josh, you're gonna stand right here, perfect, just like that. You remember that signal I taught you? All right, so we're gonna make sure Katina's watching you. Get that signal ready, Josh. Down and over your left shoulder. Well done, she was watching closely. Now, Josh, every good killer whale trainer knows you keep your eye on your whale. Now she's making her way down, 30-16. Now everybody else, watch over at stage, because Katina's gonna jump, or I'm not sure where she's going. Either way, stay close. Josh! Hang on a second, Josh. Don't go anywhere yet. Whoa. I gotta tell you, I had no idea that was gonna happen. Josh, you know what? Don't you worry about a thing though, because you know, I'm gonna see if I can get a towel. Does anybody have a towel? Oh, perfect, right there. Oh, like I said, Josh, don't worry about a thing, because I'm gonna be just fine.
Hey Nick, it looks like Katina outsmarted both you guys over there. You guys got soaps. All right, how about we give our volunteers a huge round of applause. Great job, everybody. Give them a wave again. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care has shed light on many of the mysteries about these amazing animals. For example, we know that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is about 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to obtain out in the wild. Some information, though, can only be gained through field observation, and that's when SeaWorld works with our partners, like the Norwegian Orca Survey and NOAA, to further our knowledge. Killer whales are powerful animals, and perhaps the best example of that power that we've seen is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal can be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
So killer whales create waves to hunt, and they use their tail flukes to stun prey. Here's a demonstration. For our whales, it means a fun activity session. But for all of you, it's time to get wet.
Killer whales are impressive animals. It's pretty obvious why they were top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right?
Killer whales depend on a plentiful resource and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador of the ocean. Limitless, connected, powerful. But still vulnerable. The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable. Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference. The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming. But together, we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect.
So much to explore.
The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference.
All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow.
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.
deep is deep, so much mystery.
We hope you enjoyed Orca Encounter. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day at SeaWorld. Bye!
Follow SeaWorld on Facebook and Instagram to keep track of our latest rescues. Find out more about the animals in our field. Thanks again, everyone, and we hope you enjoy the rest